All right, for those of you who want to fillet a bass, this will work for largemouth or smallmouth bass. This is a smallmouth bass here, and I have an electric filleting knife, which is probably the best Christmas gift you could ask for. So I'm going to explain it as we go. What we're going to do is we're going to cut right behind his head, right here, and we're just going to go until we hit the backbone. This is the backbone around here. And what we're going to do is we're going to curve my blade and start going along the backbone. And I'm going to just have my knife in there about an inch. And I'm just going along the backbone all the way almost down to the tail. Then before we go any farther, we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do a similar thing on the other side because it's a lot easier to stay along the backbone if you haven't taken the other fillet off. Flipping. Gonna make that angled cut, and we're gonna turn and go along the backbone, just like that. All right. Then we're gonna get the fillet off, and we can do either side first. We're gonna start pulling this open with our thumb. And once you get it open a little bit, then what we're going to do is we're going to go around the rib cage. The rib cage is kind of angled like this. So we're going to just go like this. And as you do it more, you'll see, but you can lift this part of the fillet up and then kind of pull it as you go. And then you can see all this is ribs, so there's no meat there. And then once you get down to the bottom, we can just go all the way to the end, but don't cut this off or it's a big pain. Okay, so after we get that far along, we're going to do the other side, and then we'll take both fillets off. So we're going to open this up just a little bit so we can see a little bit better. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut along the belly, around the rib cage, and then we'll start to lift it up so that you can see what you're cutting. Fish is a little slimy, but you can see there you're barely into the rib cage, so you want to avoid that. And you're going to go down until you get past the rib cage. And then once we get there, we can do the same thing we did the other one. And go, but don't cut off the tail. Now we have 2 fillets, and this is the most fun part. We're going to take this fish and flip him over and just get this blade cutting and then turn it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply downward pressure and outward pressure, and it's kind of down like this. And so you can see I'm not even protecting the counter because I'm going to cut with my blade. It's just a little bit angled, but most of the pressure is pushing downward. And I'm going to slide it along there, all the way out to the end, and it takes the fish right off the edge and leaves you a fillet. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Start our cut, then apply downward pressure and outward pressure. And I left a little teeny bit of meat, but I did pretty good, and this was a little extra thin that I missed, so we'll just cut that off just like that. And there we have your boneless meat, and you can see we've got most of the meat off of this fish, and we can plant it in the ground and it will be good for our garden soil. Thanks for watching.